Hey guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill and this is Trying to Stand, where I try new things in pop culture because I've been living under a rock. I have been getting suggestions to check out Mitski. I've been getting a lot of suggestions to check out Mitski, and I decided to finally sit down and stuff. I know nothing about this artist, which is the point of everything that we do here, but I've never even heard of this person before. It's just been suggested a lot, looked around. I guess they have some sort of association with Adventure Time, and I just did an Adventure Time video, and I'm about to sit down and watch the show soon. I took it as a sign. I took it as destiny, and I believe in destiny. Close your eyes and leave the rest to me. That's Steven Universe. So today I'm going to be checking out some Mitski. We're going to start with Francis Forever. Is that the Adventure Time song? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know what to do without you.
Ooh.
When you don't see me.
Ooh, yeah, I like this. That's a nice, like, grungy quality. Oh. Yes! Ooh, I always like that, like, garage bandy indie transition from a song. I really like that sad and sweet, like a velvety, lovely kind of tone mixed with all this, like, grungy rock. It complements each other very well. It's very sweet and savory at the same time. I can't tell if this is about someone being dumped or abandoned or grieving. All the descriptors are about the environment, like the seasons or gaps of sunlight, tree-lined streets. And none of the descriptors are about the person that they're thinking of, and it feels more reflective, and it makes you think that someone died. I don't know. Because like, I don't know what to do without you. I don't know where to put my hands, which a haunting Will Ferrell sampling right there. On Sunny Days I Go Out Walking. Yeah, it's like someone kind of moving through a fog, and like the time passes through these descriptors where it's like sunny days and then autumn like starts to come towards the end. And I think it's about trying to move forward with someone obviously leaving your life. I feel like this person's gone because the descriptors aren't about like, oh, what happened to us, or like there's not even an attempt at like possible other futures or outcomes or solutions. So it makes me think this is a more definitive thing. There's nothing else but to rationalize and come to terms with the inevitable instead of the possible. But I really like the sound of it, and I loved how it kind of kicked into this like churning chord progression turned into like this rock chaos towards the end. It made me feel like it was trying to like work and get through and just wasn't ready yet. Didn't like give up, eternal give up, but give up like push. Ugh. So it makes me think a lot about grief, but about like the processing of it, and how like sometimes you're gonna move at your own pace and the world's gonna keep moving forward. Seasons will still change, time's still moving forward, while you're still processing your own changes and internal struggles. But it didn't feel like someone giving up, it just felt like someone just owning up to and admitting to the fact that they're heartbroken or they're hurting or devastated. I really liked that. Not that this happened to someone, but the sentiment, you know what I mean. I'm afraid of whatever part of Adventure Time this is connected to, because I don't think it's during a dance party where everyone's eating bacon pancakes. Like the dog's okay, right? And the little Game Boy and Flying Jessica Jones. I really like that song. And next we have Your Best American Girl, which just makes you think of the She Was an American Girl. And then Elliot from Scrubs like gets her hair. Y'all remember Scrubs? Yes, you in the back, you remember Scrubs. Thank you.
I had nothing ahead of me.
That's not true. A lot of people recommended your music. You have a lot ahead of you. Who are you? Don't make her watch. Oh my god. Yes! Yes, use your hand instead. Love yourself. Understand yourself. Yes! Oh, this makes me happy. She's really feeling herself, though. Yes! Keep working on yourself. Oh, God. Do we have to keep watching it, though? yeah, walk away and continue your career. I'm really feeling this like dour kind of grungy kind of combo we're getting here. It caught me at first as like learning to love yourself when something just isn't working out or someone just isn't right for you. But I'm wondering if it was more someone just outside looking in, because she kept watching them. We kept watching the Coachella Caucasian couple just going at it. And then the lyrics kind of help support that notion for me, where it's more about somebody wishing that they could just fit in. It still has a lot of discovering yourself as opposed to discovering yourself through or with someone. Like there was a lot of individuality and ownership to the point of view. It wasn't like, oh man, I wish I could do all this. Like it was a lot of, I couldn't help trying. It was just owning up to the fact that like, that you want it, you're fascinated by it, it's what engages you, intrigues you, it turns you on, makes you want to invest. And I really liked that. Never once did she like put down the guitar, she didn't give up, she didn't like cry and grab for his attention or do something drastic. It was just more of a closing of a chapter, you know, putting everything, just kind of compartmentalizing it in a box. But also it gave me this feeling of, because we see her walk off the set at the end, still wearing a bomb dress, and off she goes, owning her life. It felt like she won. Maybe win is too aggressive for what I'm thinking of, but it felt like she was able to still like nurture herself and grow, because she still kept playing her guitar all the while still kind of fondly looking over, but she didn't revert. She didn't go back to making out with her hand. I think she just acknowledged and accepted and loved this piece of herself, the part of her that admires the person that she's singing to, just admiration of people who did find each other while she's still trying to find her situation. That heartache kind of like throb you feel, as opposed to like that excited, erratic beat of anticipation. And it felt very sad, but towards the end of it, it felt very calm or at peace. Like I can move on as she walks away. I tried, and I couldn't help trying. Like she doesn't even fault herself. Like it's not, I'm so stupid or I'm so foolish or ridiculous. That song provides its own closure to the heartbreak at the beginning of it. And next we have Nobody. But what's the next song? Is the video already done? I don't understand. Like and subscribe. Meow.
My God, I'm so lonely.
Ooh. Oh no.
Love was destroyed by global warming. Did
What?
its people
Oh no. Did she get divorced from an orange?
need someone to kiss?
Ah. Me.
Nobody, nobody,
Ah. They have no face.
big and small and
Ah. Yeah. All right. Why did it make a glory hole? Don't look in the glory hole.
asking for it. Nobody.
Ah! Oh, damn! Yeah, write that down. So we call the business a twist. Wow. Okay, that was a lot to unpack. Sorry, I was trying to find me some lurks. Sorry, that was a lot. So I think this is about either her relationships haven't been panning out or her connections in general. Because other than that first shot where she's splitting a milkshake with herself, like taking herself on a date, it never really felt like everything had to be romantic. I felt like there were times where it was addressing a desire for a romantic relationship, but it felt like also just comfort, friendship, or just companionship in general. Because she treated different things differently. Like she just held the house's hand, like she didn't hug it or wrap herself around it or use it like a cuddle move. But I think it's about her just not connecting with people. But I couldn't help but feel like it was her in the painting with no face, like a representation of her not connecting just in general. That was the first thing that she held eye contact with, was the representation of a thing that doesn't connect either. She didn't feel it with the hands on the walls, the creepy evil standees. If we're going into like nobody understanding you, but then it ends with it being you understand you, like you're the solution here, like you need to love and accept yourself. Because I feel like all that grabbing for something external or for someone else to understand her, and it's like, well, the most important thing is that you understand you. But I found it interesting that like so much of this was about loneliness. It even opens on, God, I'm so lonely. And she's laying in bed, and then it gets splits in half and off it goes. She's looking at an orange when she wakes up. Nothing rhymes with orange, you know? Like, it's a lonely word, or like artistically, or as like a writer or a songwriter especially, or a poet, orange is a very lonely word. And maybe that's why it was by itself. Because she is a writer, when she writes about being lonely, it literally starts with, my God, I'm so lonely. It's not even a description or a metaphor. She's the orange. I ramble a lot. It starts internal. She's lonely, the lonely orange, which is my YouTube show spinoff. She kind of puts herself down a lot, like saying that she's a coward, but end of the day, it's, you know, I know no one will save me. The lyrics like, give me one good movie kiss and I'll be all right. Like, she just wants a taste of that like over dramatized romance, which then reminds me of Your Best American Girl, where I think she's reaching for things that just don't fit into her life, or that life just isn't bringing to her right now. And it's that disconnect between her fantasy and her wants and her reality, but also what she needs. Because the solution was her. The answer was you. Why can't she be her own secret admirer, or the person who cares about her the most? But I feel like the song, especially the video, still proves the point of, but you can't hold hands with a house. That like saying where it's like money can't tuck you in at night or something like that, or money's not gonna take care of you when you're old. Which, yes, it is. But you know that saying where it's like, you know, the materialistic only takes you so far? I love her voice. It's so soft and it's so soothing, and even when it's singing about something upsetting, I'm waiting for her to Mother Goose me a life lesson and give me some warm milk and just kind of tuck me in. She's very soothing to listen to, very relaxing, very pretty, but also there's a lot of pain there. Like, it feels like the sad song in the original Mary Poppins movie. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, it's a very pretty song, but it's also very sad. I really like that, and I love how much care and choice is put into her videos. If I'm right about that lonely orange thing though, yeah, I really like that though. Alright, and next we have A Pearl. This is clearly the song she did for Steven Universe.
You're growing tired of me.
Ooh.
It's not that I don't want you.
Ooh.
Nobody told me it ended.
Oh, Ooh, yes, conflicting musical qualities for conflicting thoughts. I love her sound. Lyrics, please. Yeah, I left the pearl in my head and I roll it around every night just to watch it glow. The most repeated line here, or at least the one that stuck with me the most, was the one about like, you left a pearl in my head. It's sand collecting and being pressed. That's bad. All that pressure, or I guess anger in your brain, I can't take your touch. It's just that I fell in love with a war, like a bad relationship, possibly toxic, or it could even just be like chaotic, like it's just not good for either of them, because it was a lot of visuals of like this constant falling. The walls would cave in, there'd be destroyed paintings and furniture, incomplete sketch drawings of like cities that are inception folding over her like a crumpling piece of paper. Like it's all things that are being broken or have no foundation, like, and she has no footing. She's just falling and trying to deal with all those broken pieces. The thing itself is broken. It's not about trying to fix it, it's just about getting through it, accepting what happened and just kind of moving forward. I can't take your touch. Like, it's too much for me, or even like, I can't accept this. It's not what's best for me. Having to let go. She goes to the pearl every night to watch it glow. Either the ramifications of the relationship or what she misses about it. She can't let go. Or she hasn't completely let go yet. There was so much play with the rhythm of this song. I thought the video had skipped at one point because I thought I heard her voice like kind of layer over herself, but it was her own like sliding into like a back phrasing kind of moment, but it's just her own way of moving rhythmically through her vocals. And like, she sounds amazing while she does it too. It's like I'm being told a very haunting, caring story. Like, there's a lesson in this story, and or not so much to warn me, but like, if nothing else, this experience could help someone else moving forward. But I absolutely loved it, and the visuals are just gorgeous, and they're equally as enthralling on their own, telling this story so well and servicing the exact texture that you want from this vibe. It's very blown about, but still like that freedom of air, nothing giving her a solid footing. She just kept falling and falling and falling because she's still clinging on to these things. First time she said there's a pearl in my head, I thought like a tumor or an ulcer, a growth, like you left an impact, a disease or a disfigurement, or even something beautiful but still like made in such a harsh and intense way. But I really liked that. Like, oh my god, listening to her songs and seeing the videos, it's the equivalent of like staring at like a beautiful painting, just taking it in. Like, I just want to have a glass of wine and just, I think the orange means loneliness because it doesn't rhyme with anything. I could just sit and like break these down and just talk about them forever, but I won't waste everyone's time or give myself that much to edit. But it's also interesting, every night baby, that's where I go. That's the one relationshipy, flirty, coy word there. That's where I go. That's when she gives it and like remembers, reminisces. I find that really interesting. And lastly, we're closing out the night with a song about my butthole. This is Geyser, the official video. Wow, we're just not gonna give me a happy song today, huh?
You're my number one.
Ooh.
I want to
What the fuck?
like that.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm a geyser, feel the problem from below.
Yes!
And hear the harmony only when it
Oh, okay. You're not worried about getting sand in your boots?
will be the one you need.
Woo! No, hold on. No, don't trick me. Why'd you bury your head in the sand? And it started with red, and there was an audio, like, static thing. Was that part of it? Or is something just wrong with the video? It went all, is that supposed to happen? I don't know how to feel right now. Her voice is amazing, and I got to like feel and taste more of it and feel it start to soar, but then she started digging a hole in the sand and she stuck her head in it. I don't know how to feel. I thought she was the geyser and everything was gonna be great and fine. No, but it felt so good until the end. Like just this really churning desire and declaration and just this emotional, just overwhelming feeling like so much was pouring out of her. Hear the harmony only when it's harming me. It's not real, it's not real, it's not real enough. The harmony only when it's harming me. Okay, hear me out. I hear it call, hear it call, hear it call to me constantly, and hear the harmony only when it's harming me. So I think it's about her being at odds with the fact that she's the most artistically driven, or I would almost say successful, when she's hurt. Like she's tired of writing songs about being lonely, but people connect to them. Because like if she's sticking her head in the sand, she's shutting everything out. All these hands beckoning to her and she's pushing them all away. Maybe it's about her focusing too much on negative feelings and her being worried about that. Like when she's hurt, she can finish a song or she can create sort of like a, remove the dark and suicidal elements of 21 Pilots, but kind of that feeling where it's like I have to take myself to a certain place to find these songs and these messages that resonate with people. Kind of like that, where maybe she's talking about how she needs to go through pain or touch on pain, access that pearl in her head, and that's when she starts to create her music. But it's so beautiful, like she's not upset about it. Maybe it's about finding the positive in, well, when I feel this pain, I can write these songs about that pain, and it creates something beautiful, like this song and what I give other people. It's a celebration of her work through the pain of her life. I was like, oh yay! I sounded like my mom reading the end of Harry Potter, where it's like, yay, they're together, everyone's together and everything's fine. I started to kind of get that way, where I'm like, yay, she found somebody, and now she can just be with someone, and she doesn't have to be in the house full of arms anymore with a pearl in her face. She can go live her best life on the beach. And she just stuck her head in the sand, and I'm like, oh, something's wrong. But think about it, that's her delving more into it, embracing, focusing on it again, choosing to, instead of looking out at this, like, still very lovely, but like dark, like ocean, because it wasn't a bright and sunny day on the beach. It was like gray, and it's that weird feeling where like the sand is kind of dark and looks almost like mud. Instead, she's gonna focus on one thing. Like all around her, it's like it's not sunny, it's not nice out. She's outside and it's raining, and tunneling in and sticking her head in the sand, you know, like she's cutting out those negative externals, overlooking the fact that she's upset or she's hurt. She's focusing on the fact that she can create something good out of it. That's my take. And especially just how like it had the pulse, it had the heartbeat, it had such a triumph, and then for her to just stick her head in the ground, it's like, yeah. The only other person that did that was Lion King 1.5. Not sponsored, but it's on Disney Plus. Right? The realization that like in all this dark and gray and murky storm, like I can still create something great out of this. Something good. Or helps illustrate it for other people going through it, or helps her illustrate it for herself. But that's kind of what I took from it, was like the silver lining. Damn it, I really liked her stuff. It's so relaxing, but then it's also so interpretive and colorful and interesting, drab and bright at the same time. Like she's literally, again, the salty and sweet combination, but with emotions, with vibrancy, with feeling. There's so much going on here, so much contrast to complement each other. Crap. I love her videos. I love those songs. You guys have been asking me to do a video about her music for a minute now. You guys nailed it. Thank you. This was another one where I'm like, for the kids. I'm really glad. You guys nailed this again. Oh good, and some of these dropped in the videos dropped in 2019, some of these, or 18. So this is recent. So it's not like no one's heard from her since 2011. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did, or if you want more Mitski, subscribe for more from the channel, and I will see you on Tuesday with more Trying to Stand Goodness. It's the holiday season. I'm going to be doing some extra holiday song breakdown discussion videos here and there, but I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Please be sure that you're taking care of yourself and keeping your resources available for yourself and those around you. The holidays aren't always holly jolly, merry, happy, fun for everyone, so please have those resources handy in case you or anyone you know may need them. I appreciate each and every one of you, and take care of yourselves, please.